and welcome to Live with Lisa Michaels Accountability. And I'm doing another show tonight because I'm pretty angry and horrified about the state of our rights as they pertain to the Second Amendment. Our Second Amendment has been severely damaged as of yesterday when a friend of mine was convicted for simply taking out his legally licensed concealed and carry firearm to prevent a mob of Black Lives Matter conspirators who decided they were going to assault him. He had been assaulted just a few weeks prior to this event and actually broke his arm, put in the hospital. So he was fearing for his life. So the reason he carries the gun is so that to protect himself. So he pulled it out and they backed off and he put it back, concealed it again in its holster. Just because he did that, he was found guilty of several counts. And I'm now going to read that to you on my friend Victoria Taft has been following this case very, very closely since it began back in July. So I am going to shrink this thing down and there you go. So here it is, Victoria Taft. I recommend it highly. She's a great gal. She used to have a radio show in Portland. She was very, very helpful to us when we would do radio ads for some of my honest clients, candidates that I managed their political campaign. We'd swing over there, and she was nice enough to put some of my candidates on the air, and she is just a tireless patriot. I can't say enough nice things about Victoria Taft. And I think she lives in California now, but she might be back in Oregon. I don't think so. In any case, the title of hers is Travesty. Portland Judge Strickland guilty on all counts. The judge came back with word late this afternoon that Mike Strickland had broken the law when he drew his his weapon, in self-defense as several anarchists in their black Bach attire converged on him. The 21-count indictment includes 10 counts of unlawful use of a weapon, 10 counts menacing, and 1 count of disorderly conduct. After what one court observer said was a cluster F of a prosecution, the state rested, but the judge allowed in a surprise rebuttal witness that had not been vetted by the defense to counter the defendant's use of force witness. There are many appealable aspects of this trial. This is a huge blow. Strickland was in shock at the verdict by the judge, and the shock of this travesty of justice will continue to sink in the coming days. Strickland drew his legal, licensed, registered, concealed handgun while covering a Black Lives Matter Don't Shoot PDX event July 7th, 2016. He drew his weapon, a Glock handgun, to stop the phalanx of protesters who converged on him from all angles in order to attack and stop him from covering the rally. He swept the black Bach attired mob with his gun without his finger on the trigger to stop the threat. It worked. Long enough for him to back away from the mob. Strickland is a trained user of his firearm, and it's a good thing too, because if he hadn't been armed that evening in Portland, we'd be talking about raising money for his hospital bills or long-term nursing costs, or maybe asking people to come scoop food off his chin as he struggles to eat. The July event was one of scores of rallies, protests, and events Strickland had covered over the years. The journalist, videographer, started first as a citizen journalist and then became a working journalist for Progressive Today and for his own new news platform, Laughing with Liberals. He also worked for other websites by providing content. We always knew, and now testimony in court confirms that Strickland was singled out for the attack by the cadre of anarchists. Testimony confirmed that the organizer of the rally conspired with the anarchists to attack Strickland and drag him away from the rally to stop him from recording them. Anarchists I interviewed told me that they were angry with the way Strickland depicted them and their buddies in his videos and wanted him to stop. In one particularly egregious series of reports, Strickland recorded and shone a light on a so-called whiteness conference at Portland Community College. His coverage showed the pretzel logic of white privilege. They didn't like it, especially after it made national news. They didn't like it when he'd show up to Ceasefire Oregon events and record speakers. He'd shout out questions to their speakers at news conferences. Ceasefire Oregon was one of the groups that brought political pressure to lock him up. I talked to the director, Penny Okamoto, for a series of podcasts being produced. Okamoto didn't want to be recorded, but acknowledged that while Strickland had never done anything dangerous, she felt he was scary. Between the coverage of these people and events, activists decided to portray Strickland as a white nationalist and racist when they saw him at events, apparently due to his reportage of the whiteness conference. The DA took the word of these liars, anarchists, and protesters that he was a white nationalist and was a threat to society. His misdemeanor all of a sudden blew up into 21 felony counts. He was jailed while trying to make bail. The prosecution of Mike Strickland is nothing short of politically motivated institutional hate crime perpetrated by the Multnomah County, that's Portland, downtown Portland, district attorney, and aided and abetted by the human tributaries of activists, protesters, and anarchists who form the river of public life in Stumptown. See my previous videos. Okay, so now we're going to go down and look at, this is a very particularly interesting one. She's got a lot, so I recommend you go and check these out. I'm the one who got him started, I'm proud to say. Way back in 2010, he came over to my house and wanted to borrow my video camera so he could videotape the opponent, Earl Blumenauer. He found that he was going to be at this event, and it's really funny. I think some of it got on the O'Reilly report. I'll show that to you in a minute. So here is the video. This is the part that she has that's down here. She went. Victoria asked some Portland. Mike Strickland was arrested and charged in Portland for pulling a gun on Black Lives Matter anarchist protests when a mob converged on him. But now he sits in jail, as one person put it. Mike Strickland is now a political prisoner in Multnomah County. First, it's been a while since I've posted here, but this video of laughing at liberals holstering his gun and pointing in the direction of Portland anarchists and protesters woke me from my Victoria Taft slumber. Anyway, second, I'm acquainted with his work since at least 2010. That's when we first showed her the videos, and she met him when he was working on my campaign with Delia Lopez. Videographer has been on the scene in Portland, Northwest, chronicling stories and other organized life. Anyway, here is the video. Third, you should know that about a year ago, Strickland was attacked by an anti-Second Amendment filmmaker named Sky Fitzgerald, and so badly hurt he was hospitalized and out of work for months. His arm was broken in 3 places. Charged with a felony, Fitzgerald was never prosecuted by Multnomah County prosecutors. Here's the video that I'm told was presented to Multnomah County prosecutors showing the beating. It has not been made public until it was shared on Victoria Taft on this thing. So here it is. This is when he got his arm broken. This is why he's concealed and carry. This is why he feared for his life.
And don't. Just, you guys break it up. Get my cameras. Get my cameras, Chris. Ow! Shit! Dude, guys, don't take this stuff. I'll give it back. Oh my God! Ouch! Ah! You broke my arm! Call the police! Come on.
Okay, if this audio sounds different, because I've decided to quit using the other microphone. But so anyway, hope it sounds okay. So that's why he was fearing for his life. Please do this. Watch the video. Okay, here's what else he had to say. Even with this evidence, the DA chose not to prosecute the filmmaker, though he clearly assaulted and robbed Strickland of all his cameras, which he later returned and with erased flash drives, data cards. Report from the left and media to the contrary notwithstanding, Strickland's not a nut or a kook. He's a serious young man who is fulfilling a calling to expose the manipulation of the left and the media that proliferates, quite literally shout down the voices of opposing points of view in Portland, Oregon. There are probably several things which I disagree with Mike on, like Ron Paul fandom comes to mind, but he's no winger. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm posting the video from a guy named Mike Bluehair, who trained his camera on the mob surrounding Strickland in the seconds leading up to the unholstering of his gun in the aftermath. I don't know Mike Bluehair, but the protesters apparently do and trust him, except the crab and goyle of the anarchists who threatened him for being Strickland's friend. No idea if that's true. Anyway, please do these things. Watch the video, watch my breakdown of the video, read for yourself what 4 cops, one very knowledgeable pro-Second Amendment activist, had to say about the incident. Share this around, please. Post the link to your Facebook, tweet the link to your friends, email this link to your buddies, Instagram the link, Snapchat your reaction, and include the link. And remember, you do not have permission to copy and paste any or all of the content from this post. Use the link. Use nothing at all. Contact me for permission. Oh, I better contact Victoria. I will. I'm sure she'll be happy that I did this. Anyway, I'm giving her major street creds. Go Victoria. So it's victoriataft.com. Here is the video.
Hey, put the gun down!
He puts it right back.
Put the gun down.
He puts it right
Hey,
back.
if you want to safely leave, I'll keep people away
He's
from you.
supposed to serve time in jail for that.
Seriously, you don't want to get shot.
Look at these guys. That one guy right there, they were holding him down.
Portland
He
police
was
will
right
be here
in
very
his
soon.
face. Right in his face.
Stand here and hold everybody back.
Yeah.
Stand here. Just one guy. Okay? Everyone's...
Hey, Leave. Leave so you'll be
Notice they
safe.
weren't bugging this guy. They were only bugging
Hey,
me.
yo. Leave so you will be safe, all right? Can we let him turn his back? He's afraid to turn his damn back. So we need to keep the crowd away from him.
Hey,
all right? He's afraid to turn his back. We need to don't talk. Turn this way and keep the crowd away from him. He's afraid to turn his back. So let him walk away. All right? He's afraid to turn his back, so let him walk away.
Hey,
serious.
I need 5 men alive.
Seriously. Seriously. 5 people right here. He just wants to fucking leave. He's afraid to turn his back. Just let him leave. All right? Seriously. We don't need one of these little kids shot.
Okay, I'm not going to waste our time on this. This is the mob begins the deal. So look at the mob. This is the very beginning. And look how this guy's got, see that's this guy or gal, I don't know. I think it's a gal. I don't know. There's a lot of people with ponytails that aren't necessarily women. Anyway, holding up something smoking in his face. See that? And this guy right here, he's really getting in his face and being very threatening. And so then we move down to here. The crowd continues to advance on Strickland, including an angry man and a woman with a burning object. So maybe that is a woman. I guess that is a woman. Okay. So you can kind of see somebody trying to pull this guy with the bandana right here back. And looking angry man person in the green coat converges with crowd. So I don't know what this is. What crowd closes in on him. There he is. They're just like really getting in his face. And now all of a sudden this person with the green jacket comes in. Look at him. They're trying to push him back. Look, that guy, they're trying to push him back. And Strickland draws a weapon and steps away from the crowd that is finally moving away. Strickland assures the crowd he's holstering it, but wants to assure the mob will leave him alone. This is so ridiculous. I cannot believe that they would convict him of this. This is pure hatred. This is pure liberal propaganda. This is pure globalist, evil people. I just look at this. So then they're shoving him back. He's still walking backwards because he's afraid to turn his back. I mean, you can go on the rest. The rest of the video involves police arriving and that sort of thing. And now, next, a long-time cop. She's not naming him. Didn't see what was going on to cause him to point a weapon initially. Clearly, he has been menaced by crowd holstering him. Anyway, read all this. I don't want to take all of her stuff. I want you guys to go and read it. It's victoriataft.com. Go read about it. We just lost our Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. What's the point of having a concealed and carry weapon if you can't protect yourself when you feel your life is at risk? And to my mind, he did everything he should have done, and so we have to pray that his appeal goes well, and maybe this is meant to make a statement so that it can go to the Supreme Court. Who knows? I don't know. But when I talked to him right after this event, he said that the police had confiscated his video, which is his livelihood, and this was weeks later, and he still hadn't gotten it back. So I don't even know if they ever let him have his own video, his property back. It's just atrocious. It's so corrupt. That place is just a cesspool of corruption. It's like Washington, D.C. on the West Coast. So God bless you and have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is. This is Live with Lisa, Accountability. Thank you.